Sorry, I know we're in my bathroom. I may refilm this intro if I have time. If not, we're gonna do it from here. So today we're using the Maybelline New York Dream Liquid Mousse Poreless Perfection, and I'm in the shade 110 Porcelain Ivory. And to begin with, I've already put my hair, so I have to stand back here, put my hair up in ponytail, and now, well, not ponytail, up in, put it out of my face. And I've used the Maybelline Master Prime Face Studio Primer Base. It's the Blur and Redness Control, the orange green one. So I already put that all over my face. Excuse the messy background, we are in my bathroom, so yes. Normally I bake my face, but we're not going to do that today, and baking definitely lasts this foundation a lot longer, because I know yesterday when I did this, it was, I'm pretty sure, like the end of the day, and not that I noticed anything, that anything was gone. It still looked like it was pretty much all there on my forehead, which I could be wrong, I didn't look at it that closely, but is extremely unheard of. So, but when I used a setting spray, it didn't, like after I think it was like 6 hours, it was gone with the setting spray. So I have a feeling this may not last too long on its own, just because I have combination skin, but like my T-zone and everything is super oily, so like here, here, and here, so that's usually the spots that wear off quickly and normally. It's hard to see through the camera where foundation is and everything. Sorry, I keep not staying where I'm supposed to be standing. It's blending really nicely, and it's blending really nicely, and it's a very good color match for my skin so far, which is really nice. It's definitely a light to medium coverage, very buildable, and doesn't feel heavy at all on the face. It's blending quite nicely, actually. I'm just looking in my mirror beside me. Oh, I guess you can't get that out of the shot. I'm sorry, that's the mirror because you guys are sitting inside the medicine cabinet right now in here, so I apologize for proceed. This stuff is more of a pinky toned, if that makes any sense, because sometimes foundations are more of a yellow or orange tone, and this is kind of more of a pinky toned. So just, at least this shade is anyways, so keep that in mind. And if you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, I'll show you guys in a minute. Just bringing the foundation down my face. But down my neck, not down my face. Of course it's on my face. It's got like a little pump too, which is really nice, because I dropped it on the floor yesterday, so it doesn't work the best like it was in the beginning. A little bit on my skin. And then I'll compare it to my concealer to show you guys what I mean by it's more of a pinky toned. Do you see that? Kind of like that's more orangey toned. It may not be showing up in here, and that's more pink toned. If that makes any sense. You may not be able to see that, but it is in person. It's more of a pinky tone than this is more of a yellow toned. So yeah, can you see the difference there? Maybe that's better. Really light. You see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. Hope you can see that. A closer look at said foundation. And it is 10:43 right now, so I will go put I'll put my concealer on, and then I'll do the rest of my makeup. I'll do the rest of my makeup, concealer, and everything, and I'll come back and check with you guys afterwards. So it's 11:02 now, and this is what the foundation looks like. It looks really natural and really nice, and I like it, and it seems to be wearing well, everything blended really nicely, nothing was crazy, and it hasn't stuck to like any dry patches, which is really nice, but it kind of settled in a bit of my fine lines just under my eyes, but then my concealer also does that too, so I don't really know, but it hasn't set into any other lines so far, which is nice. It's just my eyes, they're a little, well, my eyes just look a little weird as it is right now. But yeah. So I'll come check in you guys in a couple hours about this foundation, and so far I have nothing I like about it. I just put some powder on. I didn't put any setting spray, or I didn't bake my face either, because those two things those two things together, like baking and setting spray, helps my foundations usually last longer, so we'll see how it does without it. But I do have kind of combination of my skin, like my cheeks tend to be more dry, and then this tends to be my T-zone, so it'll probably be gone here, but we'll see how long it will take before it gets eaten away. It's not too hot outside today, so I don't know, hence why I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt and not like a t-shirt or something. So it may last a little longer, it may not, I don't know, because humidity sometimes when you're in the hot sun, and it just like gets right off your face. So yeah. So far so good. Nothing seems to be patching off, everything still seems to be on my head, so that's good. It is 12:54 right now, so it's been on for 11, so it's almost 2 hours now that it's been on. My eyeshadow's looking a little weird. I think I got a bit too high up there, but other than that, my nose is pretty good. I've been blowing my nose, so my nose is a little bit off, but everything else is pretty good, so that's good. Vlog now, so this has been on since 11, I guess we're gonna say it's 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, so 4 hours right now, and a bit of my forehead is kind of starting to go, it's starting to get shiny and peek through, and my nose is a little bit gone, I think, like just a little bit here. I think it's still pretty good, and I think my chin's still good, and everywhere else looks to be still going strong. My makeup still looks good, except for this. That was my problem. I did that weird. But other than that, everything else looks pretty good. And so far, 4 hours in, and only a little bit of my 4 o'clock now. So I've had this stuff on since, what was it, 11, 12, so 7 hours. I've had this roughly on for 7 hours. My nose is super shiny. I'm like super oily, but it doesn't seem like my skin is eating through too much foundation. I can't tell if it's off here. It kind of looks like, yeah, it's off, yeah. Like my forehead is gone and like an oil field. My nose is pretty much gone. My cheeks are still good, and my chin's a little bit gone. But like I am super oily, so I'm just gonna a lot. It's gonna be like super gross. Because I know I can see, yeah, I can see the grease. But so far, my blush is still, you can't really tell in this light, but my blush is like very much so still there. So that's kind of nice. It's kind of just brought all the oil up to the surface, which makes it easy for blotting. Oh my god, I'm super oily. No wonder I'm so shiny. Like, do you see how much is like coming off my face right now? Like, I feel bad for my foundation because it has to deal with that. That's why it doesn't last very long. But 7 hours, I think that's pretty good. You know, and my chin's not even like that bad. Like it's still here and here and here. It's just a little bit right there. But Yeah, I am super duper oily. I was so shiny, like coming up the stairs and like looking in the mirror downstairs. I was like, I am just like an oil field. But one nice thing is it all comes up to the surface, so yeah. I'm gonna say I'm super oily. It helps a little bit blotting. But so far, I mean, for 7 hours and going through that much oil, like it's still pretty much on my face. I mean, that blushes, you can't really tell, but in person, I can see it in the mirror. I'm like, yeah, my blush is going strong. After 7 hours, it's still on there. I don't know if I can open the lights here. Can you see it? Can you kind of see it there? That's my blush. It's going strong right there. Right? You see it? And then my chin a little bit, it's kind of coming off my nose. There we go, you can kind of see it now better. There's how that looks like. So 7 hour mark. I really like this foundation. It's looking pretty good, and I mean that's 7 hours without without setting spray or without baking my face. So I mean that's pretty good, because when I bake my face it like holds it in a lot longer. Like I barely even noticed my skin even getting eaten alive. There you go, there you kind of see a little better. See how my nose is pretty much gone, I think. My forehead I think is gone. I don't know, it's hard to tell because it's so close to my skin tone that it's hard to tell that it's kind of not there anymore. Like, yeah, my nose is redder, so I'm assuming it's gone. And a little bit on my chin here. And then the rest of my face is still going strong. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed. Sorry, the clip before, my camera, as I drop it, died on me, so I couldn't finish what I was saying about that stuff, but I like it, and it definitely lasts longer when I use setting spray and I bake my face than it, like for oily skin girls. That's a tip. Setting sprays and baking your face wherever you're oily really helps. Like I bake my chin, I do my nose, under my eyes, just to kind of set my concealer, and then on my forehead, and it locks in and holds the moisture like the oil. It lasts all day, which is fantastic. Even in like a 30-day, like I went out in the rain and it was still on my face yesterday. Like I was chugging it with rain and my makeup was still like on place, so that's quite exciting. I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't chucking yet. I wasn't out very long. I was out for like 10 minutes, but you know, I still didn't have makeup running down my face, so that was kind of nice. But I was wearing sunglasses, so my makeup was covered, but like the foundation was still on when I went to bed. That like when I went to take it all off, it was still very much so on my face, so that's exciting. So it's 11:11. I hope you can see that. I can't. It's dark. There, you can kind of see that. I have to film this on my actual camera that I use to like film main channel video, like main videos, and not my iPod, which I normally film stuff like this on, so I can't actually see what I'm doing. But I just wanted to show you guys the makeup. I don't know how well you'll see this, because I don't know how detailed this is. Again, my forehead is super shiny, and look, what else is there? My nose is, yeah, pretty much gone. My chin is still roughly the same circumference as last time, nothing else here and here, and then my forehead is completely gone. So yeah, I overall, like, from not wearing setting spray and no baking of my face, this foundation lasts pretty long time. I mean, it was there for 4 hours, 6 hours it had gone, but I was super duper oily at that point too. Like, it was just all over my face. But the kind of nice thing was it didn't move anything around. Like, on my blush is still there, if you can see that. And it didn't really settle into any fine lines like some of the other foundations that I've tried have settled in to my smile lines down here, and it didn't do that with any of these. I can see why people, vloggers, get tired of holding their arm. My arm's starting to hurt now. But like I said, it didn't settle into any fine lines. This is my blush is all still, sorry, I'm looking in the mirror behind me. It's still there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's still there. And I mean, my original point was my face was super oily, but it just brought the oil to the surface. It didn't shift anything around. Nothing moved around. Nothing was like half all over my face. It stayed there. The oil just came through and I was able to blot without any of the foundation coming off, which was super nice. So, and it didn't like, when it did dissipate, it didn't like ball up in a weird way or anything, so that was really nice. And I still think it lasted quite well for the amount of hours that I wore it for. I had it on for 12 hours now, and my blush is still going strong. Like, my bronzer is gone, but that blush though, that blush is going, it's still sparkly too for 12 hours, and like nothing settled into fine lines. Like, I mean, a bit under my eyes, but everything does there. Never found a foundation to not settle into my fine line, like my under my eyes kind of thing, but then the concealer also like creases really bad too, so that could be it as well. But yeah, what is this foundation called? Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. I quite like this. I think it's really nice and I'm super excited to try it. It's a very good match for my skin, so if you're a pale girl like I am, you know, this is the palest it goes, but it was still quite, they have a lot of color selection too, and my arm's hard, I need to switch it. I switched my arm, my other arm was getting tired. They have a lot of color selection too, which is really nice, and I really like this. So yeah, again, if you find this review helpful, I have combination skin. I forgot to mention that in the rest of the video. As you can tell, I have oily, but I do have some dry patches kind of on my cheeks, tend to be a little bit more drier. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you found it helpful, and you know, again, if you find that you don't like this at all, I mean, everything is very personal. You know, what works for some people may not work with others, you know, like basically. So I hope, anyways, what I'm getting at is I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and no, it is not sponsored. I am not sponsored by Maybelline, I wish, because I use a lot of their products. I just find that they're affordable and they work really well, and I don't know, just they're on sale constantly. So I tend to pick things up when they're on sale, and I just kind of really wanted to try this foundation. Switching back to my other arm now. I like filming with this arm better. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you found it helpful. Goodbye, my beautiful butterflies. Bye. P.S. I am filming this in my bathroom, hence why the shower is in the background and the toilet's in the corner, because this is the room with the best lighting and 3 mirrors, so I can hello, I don't know if you can see this, so I can, let me try to stand back so I can, nope, but see, hello, 3 mirrors, so I can fully see everything, which is kind of nice. But yeah. Hello, beautiful caterpillars, and today we are doing the Dollar Tree makeup. Hello, beautiful caterpillars, and today we